riding horses can be a fun and thrilling experience. Whether you've only ridden a horse once in your life or own horses of your own, it is important that you know how to properly tack up your horse before riding. Today, I will be demonstrating how to properly tack up a horse. With me today, I have my 14-year-old Arabian gelding named Moose. He will be my model in demonstrating how to tack up. Before you begin, even though it might seem tempting to swing on a horse bareback, which is fun but can be dangerous, you will need equipment. This is Tack. Here we have a saddle blanket. Saddle blanket / pads can come in various colors, sizes, and shapes. Here we just have a very simple colored saddle blanket. You will need your saddle. You may have seen saddles previously, Western saddles that have the big saddle horns. Today we will be using a small hunter jumper English style saddle. You will need your girth that attaches to both sides of the saddle, goes under the horse's belly, and will hold your saddle in place. And lastly, you have your bridle, and has the reins that go over the horse's head. These are what you'll be used behind the horse to guide the horse, left and right. It has the bit that goes in the horse's mouth and straps. So today we will be starting with the saddle blanket. Now, if you have a horse that's spooky, you might want to do a certain kind of slip and release knot, so if they jolt back, they don't injure themselves or pull off a board. But in this case, he's a pretty good horse. I just tied him regularly loosely. You don't want to tie him too tight to the thing so he can't move his head, but then again, you don't want to tie him too loose where he's all over the place. He's pretty good at standing, so he's just tied like this. You're going to come over here and you're going to grab your saddle blanket. You're going to want to make sure there's no debris under that will poke or injure your horse. You don't want to be on the back of a horse pressing down something sharp on the back. It's not fun. He does get a little spooky when we tack him up, so you're going to want to show him the pad. Say, good boy. He's doing good. And you're going to want to gently place the pad over the horse's back. Right here, the highest point on the horse's back are called the withers. You don't want to just right over the withers. Not too far up. You don't want to be riding on the neck, and you don't want to be riding on the butt. So right about here. And you're going to come over here and grab the saddle. This is a pretty light saddle, so again, show him the saddle. Good boy. And just kind of throw it up there gently. You might want to pull it like right by the withers. That looks like a good spot. You don't want not too far, like hanging over. Just nice and even, like so. You want to pull this up. Make sure it's okay on this side too. Okay, looks pretty good. I'm going to walk over here. Now we're going to do the girth. Now, the girth, you will see clips on both ends. You're going to want to start with the non-stretchy side. Right here, you do not see any stretches of these things. You're going to want to come over here. You're going to want to start on the right side of the horse. This is the left side. You're going to make your way around. And as you see the flaps underneath, you're going to hold that up. And right about here, you're going to attach, you're going to go through the top. And in this case, I'm going to pull it. No, we'll go like in the middle. Kind of. And just attach the metal pieces like so. It's not going to fall off. Set it down. It's on pretty well. You're going to make your way back over to the left side. Pull under the horse's belly. And he has the tendency to sometimes puff out like little nostrils he's doing right now. So you're going to want to, before you get on the horse, you're going to want to re-tighten it again, because he knows I'm doing this now and he's going to try to be a little puffer fish on me. But you're going to pull it up, attach, do the same on this side too. The saddle should, it is a little loose right now. We're going to leave it until we get right before we get on. But it's pretty sturdy, looks good, proper position, good to go. You're good to head over to the bridle. Now, we're going to walk back over to the horse. It's important your horse does not get away at this step. You're going to want to unattach the lead rope but keep the halter on, so if my horse does decide to run, I can quickly grab him right by the halter, prevent him from doing so. You're going to slip the reins. Make sure they're not twisted. This is very important. Slip it over the head, like so, and just let it rest there. You're going to gather up this, make sure there's no straps hanging down. Take off the halter. Now that the reins are over the neck, if he decides to run, I can grab him this way. And just we'll set that on the ground. Now when you're putting the bit in the mouth, some horses aren't very good. Luckily, he is good with the bit. I'm going to slip it, put my finger in the side of his mouth and kind of tickle his tongue. He opened that well for me. Slip it the rest over his ears, pull out his forelock, and pull this under. And attach the throat latch. You're going to want to make sure that's a little loose, not too tight. Your reins are over. He is all tacked up right now. I have successfully showed you how to tack up a horse. You start with the saddle pad, place the saddle on, attach the girth, and then the bridle, finally. Now my horse is ready to get on. When I am ready, I will undo the stirrups on both sides, pull him down, and he is ready to ride. You now know how to successfully tack up a horse, and you can safely and confidently go out in the world and do so.